Before we get to our next guest, there is new research shedding a little more light on some of the best cities for launching a career. As we all know, the job market is getting more and more competitive. According to data by Wallet Hub, Atlanta right now is one of the best cities for young professionals. Coming in second on that list, Orlando, Florida, followed by Austin, Tampa, and Miami. All in the South, 3 out of the 4 in Florida. Researchers studied more than 180 cities and analyzed metrics like monthly starting salary, a number of available jobs. A lot of those don't have state income taxes, too. Among the worst, New York City, Bridgeport, Connecticut, and Detroit, all in the north and northeast. So just something to keep in mind. That is just one of many studies that have been done. Question is, how do you get that first job? Landing the first job after college is a tough one, but how do new grads stand out? You know the market is crowded. Well, Emily Lampkin joins us now. She has the book out, best-selling author, Duct Tape and White Lies, A Woman's Practical Guide to Real-Life Success. But who needs a book when we can just bring her in to talk all about it? Thanks, Emily, for coming in. It's great to see you this morning.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
So the first thing I want to talk about is the power of networking, because this goes beyond what we think of as just standard networking, which is find somebody in your career field, right? You say, get outside of that, reach out, network with anybody and everybody, right?
That's right. Networking is not just about professional contacts. It's about families, friends, neighbors, your professors, anybody that you can go to seek advice or an introduction into an industry or a company you'd like to work for.
This is not a time to be shy, right? We can't just sit there and wait for opportunity to come to us.
That is never a winning model, especially for women. I talk about having a selling you pitch. This means smiling, introducing yourself with a firm handshake, your first and last name. Do not read your resume. It is boring. Tell a story about yourself, 30 seconds, and then be prepared to ask for what you want. People who ask for what they want get it much more often than people who don't.
It's tough. You don't have a lot of time, and in many cases, to make that initial pitch, but you're right. You don't want to leave any stone unturned, and you don't want to leave any confusion as to what it is that you're actually looking for. So that means we have to refine that pitch of ourselves. How do we do that?
We do that by practicing it, and I always tell women to practice it with that person I call a swimsuit friend. That friend you would take swimsuit shopping with you because they'll tell you the truth. So tag team with a group of friends and practice your selling you pitch. That way when you deliver it in real settings, you do it with a lot more confidence.
Confidence is key. And I know it's so easy to say, it's hard to find. And listen, I lack confidence early on, and it takes a while to build that up sometimes. For someone who might not have the confidence, or they feel like, I don't want to bother this person, or I don't want to intrude on them, or what if they just immediately reject me? What do you suggest for getting past that?
The one thing I know that works for women is practicing it. What I will tell every woman is that nobody has complete confidence. Even the most powerful women on this earth do not have complete confidence. You just need to look like you do.
That's a good point. And you have to take the shot, really, right? You have to take advantage of that opportunity. If you see somebody who maybe you want to work for, or maybe knows somebody that you want to work for, don't be afraid to take advantage of the moment.
I call it planned serendipity, and you should look for every opportunity for a networking event. And there's easier ways to network than just walking into a room and being terrified. Go with a plan. I'm going to meet 3 new people. Go with a friend and tag team. Wear a bright color so it's easier to start a conversation with you. There's lots of tips in my book on how to make networking easier, more fun, and more rewarding.
One thing that you mentioned is be memorable to that person as well. The bright color might help you stand out initially, but what type of anecdote should you tell or qualification should you point out so that that person does remember you when you follow up on that initial? And how's the best way to follow up?
So telling a story makes it much more memorable, your information. Following up with somebody, the sooner the better. You can do it many ways. I think an email or a handwritten note is still the most effective. Email, because you can sort and research them later, who you reached out to. Handwritten notes, there's so few of them today. If you write a handwritten note, it sticks in someone's mind.
They're going to know. They're going to remember you. You're going to stand out. Listen, I don't want to let you leave, though, and I'm not going to give away everything that's in the book because I want people to read it. But for those, maybe they already have their foot in the door. Maybe they have that first job, but they just want to climb, right, at this point. What advice do you have for the women who are either feeling stuck or they're in a position where they maybe like what they do, but they know they want to do more?
My biggest secret for landing a job and then getting a promotion, People who land the job and get promoted are likable. Make sure that you are threading information in both an interview and in a promotion process about how you collaborate well and get along well with your colleagues. These are people who will continue to get ahead.
Yeah, they'll spread the word about you so that you don't have to, and they'll be your hype person and just help with all the layers of success. Emily, it's great stuff. Thank you very much for joining us today. Duct Tape and White Lies is the name of the book, which you can find anywhere you find books, and there is where you can find Emily on social media as well, should you like to follow. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.